which is, of course, connecting to the eye of Horus, which is 7077 is .001, which also goes up. That was the first time you ever swung a baseball bat.
Terryology 101. Terrence, I used to beat women, but now I'm a pacifist who wouldn't pick a flower. Howard shot to popular consciousness with his new mathematical system when he spoke to the world's most gullible podcaster, Joe Rogan. I'm going to show why Terryology doesn't work and why so many people are confused. Subscribe! Slam began.
Okay, go to your calculator.
Terry has them do a calculation.
That's an unnatural equation. That's a mathematical fallacy. And that's the beginning of your math. That's how I invented tangential flight, because your math, someone programmed that lie in there.
I'm sorry, I literally don't understand what you're saying.
And lied to you and everyone, and all your fundamentals are off.
Fuck me, this conspiracy spans centuries. Centuries that have brought us to the point of high-definition cameras, microphones, and the internet, all of which he's using to tell me the maths that helps them function is not only wrong, but a worldwide numerical conspiracy.
I think you're stupid.
Shit, 9.
1 times 1 is 1.
Terrence has an issue with multiplication. But to the best of my knowledge, you don't have an issue with addition.
I don't have an issue with multiplication either.
Well, then 1 times 1 is what?
1 times 1 should equal 2.
Oh my God, wow, okay.
People invented mathematics, and multiplication has a specific definition that describes how it operates. Basically, it's shorthand addition. 1 times 3 is 3 because it's a shorter way to do 1 plus 1 plus 1. It means you have the number 1 3 times.
It's simple mathematics.
Why are you calling me?
Terry, 1 times 1 is 1, you dope.
Wait, hell no.
There's no way of changing the law of multiplication and accepting the law of addition because they're the same system.
Facts.
Multiplication should initially started as exaggerated addition.
But is that the one and only definition?
The precise statement would be that the positive real numbers under multiplication, with the identity element being the multiplicative identity, being 1, are isomorphic to the total real numbers under addition, with the additive identity being 0. And the natural logarithm and exponential are group homomorphisms.
And this is why in 4 hours, Terry still doesn't understand multiplication. Eric is assuming
You're obviously incredibly intelligent.
too intelligent to understand the full definition of multiplication in maths.
When I say 1 times 1 equals 2, that's a metaphor for challenging the status quo.
Liar! If it's a metaphor, then you just debunked your own lying calculator conspiracy.
Gotcha.
And here's some of Terry's writings, which surprisingly are not written in crayon, that prove his lying. He does not believe 1 times 1 equals 2 is a metaphor. He says it's the truth, and 1 times 1 equals 1 is a false concept.
To multiply means to do what? To make more, right? Increase in number?
Dumber than a box of hair.
How does a professional actor who's read thousands of scripts not understand that words have multiple meanings based on context? And why in 4 fucking hours doesn't Joe or Eric ask him to clarify the metaphor?
Great questions.
If you say 1 times 1 equals 2, everybody knows that that's crazy.
Apparently not. Why doesn't Eric just explain the different functions of multiplication?
You're asking a lot of questions.
Some people are confused about how multiplication works with 0. Well, in maths, multiplication defines how it works with 0.
I don't get it.
If you have 2 on one side and 0 on the other side, you're being instructed to write 2 0 times, or write 0 2 times, which gives you zeros all round. If you disagree, then please record yourself in 4K when you go to a primary school and get laughed at by a 6-year-old who understands the dictionary definition of multiply is irrelevant.
But I remember when I built the pyramids, right? It was tough. It was tough as a motherfucker.
You built the pyramid?
Yeah, because we was hauling all the stuff up like that, but we did it all with sound, right? We did it with sound, and then we had a blanket. We had sound and we had a blanket, and it came down like that. You know, that's what I was tripping on.
And here's some more proof Terry is a magnificent moron.
I went up to Oxford 8 years ago and tried to present them there to be examined.
Here we go.
You know what's interesting? In 1856, a man from Liverpool named Richard Dover Statter challenged the Dewey Decimal System and said that it was wrong.
Well, Richard must have had a time machine because...
The Dewey Decimal System is a proprietary library classification system which allows new books to be added to a library in their appropriate location based on subject. It was first published in the United States by Melville Dewey in 1876.
Dum-Dum's confusing two different things, and maybe you think he just misspoke.
Right.
7 years later...
No, that was your point about dollars, right?
Yes.
What dollar times a dollar. That was a
That's
problem
the Dewey
that people...
Decimal System.
It's
That's
not
the problem
Dewey
with
Decimal.
No, the problem comes up with the Dewey Decimal System, why a dollar times a dollar.
You hear Eric tell him it's not the Dewey Decimal System, but he doesn't explain his confusing two things. And look at the irony of what Joe Rogan said.
Your recall's insane.
What's insane is Terry didn't just misspeak, he put his ideas in words, so we could be absolutely certain he's not only confused, but also a
Fucking idiot.
And listen to what he said about his visit to Oxford Union.
They didn't want to take me seriously.
Even if everybody at Oxford Union did take him seriously, guess what?
What?
The Oxford Union is the world's most prestigious debating society. Today, the Oxford Union remains an independent student-led society with a membership primarily drawn from the University of Oxford.
The Oxford Union has nothing to do with the university, because of course it doesn't. The only reason he's there is because he's famous and he's like a man with two heads. Sadly for Terry, there was a Q&A which shows his logic for the absolute joke it is, and FYI, he did not tell him it was a metaphor, main.
Are you insinuating that 1 times 0 then equals 1?
Equals 1.
Question.
How can writing a 0 one time not be a 0? But it gets better.
1 times 5 would be 6?
Yes.
But that's addition, you smooth brain cretin.
Then 1 6 is not 6.
And you see how this logic makes no sense. And finally, this woman explains Terry's confusion to his dumb face, and as we know, he still doesn't understand.
Logically, it makes the most sense that 1 times 1, if you have one laptop, 1 times a laptop is one laptop. That makes more sense than you say it's 2 laptops.
Well, now if you say...
And then that's where the mathematical convention comes in. And that's like most, like, large part of math is convention. It's how it has been defined. It's a matter of definition.
So you try to hurt my feelings now, right?
Terry is free as a bird to make up new symbols and new definitions, but he just says, nah man, 1 times 1 is addition. And dum-dums think he's seeing the Matrix code when he's just refusing to accept a definition of a word in a particular context.
We are headed to... The Titanic is headed to an iceberg over there with our numbers. If we don't make a change soon, we're going to crash as a species because our math needs to work in order for our science and our future to develop.
Quick question.
How did we develop everything in the world today if the math and science doesn't work?
It's been fucking with my mind, you know?
Terry's dumb ideas create videos like this that only complicate things more. It's 58 minutes of twisting language and misunderstanding basic mathematical concepts and spreading baseless conspiracy theories. And
Newsflash!
It's not been removed because you've revealed nothing but your own stupidity and ignorance.
It's true.
Terry believes banks are using different calculations to steal your money, but 1, he doesn't provide any proof, and B, banks overtly charge steep fees for missed payments, overdraft, foreign transactions, refuse direct debit, standing orders and checks, same-day transfer, ATM and minimum account balance. So it seems unlikely they're using malevolent math to rob you when they don't have to.
It has the ring of truth.
Terry also doesn't understand you don't multiply object by object. You need a quantity to determine how many objects there will be. Like what's apple times pear? Delicious pie is the answer.
Yummy.
Numbers are not objects, they're concepts we play with in our mind. What's 1 deluded actor times 1 deluded actor? Is it 2 deluded women beating actors?
Of course not.
If Terry thinks context of words doesn't matter, the next time he beats a woman, he can just tell the cop, I didn't bruise her face because beat means rhythm of a song.
Good luck, asshole.
Videos like this don't make me lose faith in humanity because it mostly attracts people who are susceptible to conspiracy theories. I once heard a psychologist say something very true. Nobody believes in one conspiracy theory.
Food for thought.
Some people are convinced they're bad at math because of a 6,000-year-old conspiracy and not because they suck at abstract thinking. And it's dummies like this that say I'm trapped in the Matrix. All you can do is laugh and hope they're not your doctor. One thing is certain. Terry is an excellent pretender, and that's how he's able to fool dumb, gullible people into thinking he's smart.
Terrence is clearly a genius.
Terry's like the schizophrenic genius mathematician John Nash, except he's a moron who can't count.
Like the bloody video.